Hmm. Shame, punishment doesn't work. It doesn't work. The system aims for something bad. It wants to shame, it wants to feel guilt, and it wants you to be punished. So the system creates these perfect impossible standards, create these rules, and they ensure that all beings inevitably fail to meet these standards, either as through weakness or temptation or ignorance. And then what happens is they declare the failure a crime, a moral or spiritual crime. Call it a sin. And then they apply the solution, and the system's solution to this, to your mistakes and to the things you do, is punishment. That's why people talk about hell, eternal hell, earthly penalties, and social shaming. So, shaming mistakes doesn't repair them. It only creates an identity based around the mistakes. It cements the identity around the mistake because you are the one who failed. It creates a hierarchy of righteousness where the shamers feel superior because that's what the shamer wants to do. The shamer wants to feel superior to you. Those who shame you, they want to feel superior to you. And they lock you in a lower caste. Punishment, especially the shame-based punishment, does not work. It does not generate or inspire change. The only thing is it generates resistance, resentment, and deeper brokenness. We see this in the prison system all the time. Somebody goes to prison, they come back out, they go back in, come back out, go back in, come back out, and then go back in again. Again, punishment, especially shame-based punishment, the only thing it does is it doesn't generate any change. It doesn't inspire change. It generates resistance, resentment, and deeper brokenness. Most institutions, they only create institutionalization. The system, they have no mechanism for change. So, Mother God wants to nurture, heal, and restore. That's the true God. A child who breaks a vase is not evil. They are unskilled, curious, or clumsy. So the solution is not to beat the children, and call them breaker of vases forever. And say, this is what you are, this is who you are, you break vases. That is all you do. That is not a solution. You help the child, you help them clean up, you show them how they can hold things carefully, and then you explain the value of what was broken. The focus is on learning and growth. not labeling and shaming. True change comes from understanding, not fear. A lot of our actions are symptoms of something, of your own unprocessed pain, of a cry for help. You know, the shame will say, "What's wrong with you?" But the wisdom will ask, "What is hurting?" And what was hurting so much inside that this was your answer. And one of the most important things is sovereignty. You are an individual capable of your own redemption. You are not a passive recipient of punishment or grace from, an external authority. You're a sovereign being who has to reconcile your own actions with your own inner truth. Your shame and your self-harm, it might be a distorted attempt at reconciliation. You might be trying to punish yourself, or somebody is trying to punish you, either because you felt you deserve it or they feel that you deserve it. But it's just forcing a program on yourself that doesn't work, or someone is forcing a program on you that doesn't work. So the ultimate truth here is that shame is the glue of the system. And self-forgiveness rooted in understanding is the solvent of all of this. True understanding. That's where it begins. True understanding. And through the true understanding, there is self-forgiveness. And you're a sovereign being. And you look at your own mistake, you learn from it, you forgive yourself, and then you change. The system fears these people. The system fears a sovereign being who looks at their own mistake, learns from it, then forgives themselves and changes without the permission from any priest, any relative, anyone close to you, or any holy book. And the prison of the world, the prison of the system, the prison of different relations are monuments to the failure of the punishment model. You're in a broken system, and you're a being who is making mistakes. You're not evil. You're not bad. And the path out is not through more punishment, but through the grace of yourself. Thank you.